Hey guys, Becky here with Design Bundles, and I'm super excited to have you join me today. I'm excited to bring you another fabulous Glowforge tutorial. And of course, today we are going to talk about making our own acrylic earrings. Now, that may not seem too terribly exciting, but I am showing you a brand new material I found. It is pattern jewelry grade acrylic. Let's get started. Alright, so I actually wanted to show you guys. This is jewelry grade acrylic, pattern jewelry grade acrylic. So we have this nice glossy side and it is very, very thin. Okay, so really love it. Now these are 9 by 12. So I'm actually going to butt these right up against each other. And we are going to cut some jewelry with our jewelry grade acrylic. Alright guys, so this is what we're looking like in the Glowforge preview window, the Glowforge software. And because it has that glossy, what do I want to call it? The glossy finish, all it's doing is reflecting anything that's above it. So that's where the lights are coming from. And you guys probably guessed that already, but I'm just letting you know, like, in case you're wondering what in the world's on your acrylic, well, there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring up my File Explorer, and I have downloaded a couple earrings. So the first thing that I want is, let's see, I want something really cute, or at least what I think is really cute. Let's see, where did we go? I like looking at all the preview images before I kind of make my decision. Oh, this is the one that I wanted here, number 14. Now that's the PNG, all right? But I can scroll down here and I know that 14 is the one that I want. So that is going to process. And then of course, all right, so it processed our earring here. Now there's only one, so we'll have to do another. And then I have 2 of these that I want to bring in also. Now these are really big in my opinion. They're too big for earrings. So let's take a look. I mean, and maybe I'm alone. Maybe you guys like earrings that big. I personally don't. I imagine those trees probably, I would say 2 inches tall at the most. So I can come here. Don't forget you can lock or unlock your aspect ratio. And if I say 2 inches high, then it will accommodate the 2.435 inches wide. And then I can position those really wherever I want. I'm going to tuck them away down here at the bottom. And guys, I'll be honest with you, I could probably go smaller than that, right? Alright, so then I'm going to just copy and paste to get another one. Well, let's not do that. Let's size it first. Let's see. I'm going to stick with my 2 inches. So now I can copy and paste. So just put those beside each other. And I've actually changed my mind. I'm going to do 1.5 inches. And just because I just remembered that like the sublimation teardrop earrings that I use, those are 1.5 inches. So that's what I'm going to do. And let's go ahead and zoom in. See how you can see my patterns there. Alright, so I just want to, because this pattern jewelry grade acrylic isn't, I mean, I don't want to act like, oh, it's super expensive. It's not, but it's also not super cheap either. So I want to position these around the edge. Now I have also heard, as far as like exact alignment, that when you are close to the edge like this, that you're not going to get exact alignment, but we're not really aligning this with anything other than we're just placing it. So I just kind of wanted to say that up front. So now we do have 2 types of earrings here. We have these have the hole where you would just loop an earring through there, and then these will be post earrings. Okay, so just depending on how you want to set that up. If you want this to be dangle earrings, which is what I want, then you will need to bring in some holes and make them a comparable size. So you can do that if you have the premium. You can insert a shape, or you can just simply bring in a circle that you have saved from a different software. Okay, so In order to bring in a circle, you would just save it as an SVG in whatever designing software that you have. But let me go ahead and show you because I've already done that. I just wanted to give you a heads up. I like to give you guys these designing tips along the way because I know for beginners it can be a little confusing. But if I switch this over to cut, which is what it should be, you can see the holes that I added before I brought it in. And all of these should be cut. We are cutting on these. And our material, what I'm going to cut it on is actually going to be the thin acrylic. We'll just do the white. I don't know that it matters. And you just always want to pay attention to your preview because that had pulled me out a little bit. There we go. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's zoom back out. And you can see, I mean, that's pretty small down there in terms of our sheets of acrylic. So I'm going to go ahead and choose print. Oh, you know what? I just realized I chose thick acrylic. I want thin acrylic. Okay, so I went ahead and canceled the print. I'm going to hit dismiss, and I just double checked the settings. For some reason I was thinking there was a thin acrylic. There's not. There's just the medium and then the thick, but I double checked the settings and we are going to cut on the medium clear acrylic. This acrylic is about 1/8 of an inch, so that should get us a really good cut. So let's go ahead and choose print again. You can see I updated the setting over here, medium clear acrylic. And because it is thin and not thick, it should actually go faster on the cutting. So originally with the thick acrylic, it told me it was going to be like 5 minutes and some change. So this should be even shorter than that. 2 minutes and 19 seconds. So I will walk over there and hit the magic button. Alright, so I'm really excited for you guys to see like just how awesome this cut, and you can see we don't have any masking. Now I know a lot of people probably really cringed when I just said that out loud, that we didn't have any masking, but I had spoken to the manufacturer prior to cutting, and she said, no, I don't do masking. So I felt pretty confident in doing this. There we go. So as you can see, really cool, and I'm going to pull these out and then we will go over and put them together. All right, guys, so super easy projects. I have already assembled these. Can you see right there? There we go. Oh, you know what? One of those was backwards. Just kidding. There we go. All right, very pretty. Now what I did was I still used the J-wire earrings. And then I connected 4 small jump rings to give it a little dangle, okay? And then on this one, this is the one that we're actually going to assemble. Can you see I've got my heart in the middle, my pretty pattern, and then I have that dot. So then I have the earring part up here and a jump ring connecting the two. And then I'm gonna assemble these also because they're super easy, but that's how those came out. Love them. And again with the J-wire. Now the J-wire, I get those really cheap. I buy them, I think it's like 1,000. Okay. And then same thing with the jump rings. I usually just buy like an assortment of different sizes. And I believe I just got these from, any place that sells jewelry stuff or Amazon or whatnot, and they're just simply like little jewelry pliers. Really helpful for holding on to these tiny things, right? So I'm going to try to show you up close and personal how to assemble this type of jewelry, okay? Super easy. So this is my jump ring. I'm gonna just grab one side of it. Let's see how good you guys can see that. There we go. Okay. I'm going to take the other side. Okay, now the opening for my jump ring is right here. And I'm going to take it and I'm just going to twist. Don't pull it open, twist it open. Hopefully you guys, there we go, you can see that a little better, okay? Now I can twist it as much or as little as I want. And then I'm going to take first my little dot here, and I'm going to loop one through, all right? Now remember, you need to assemble these so that both of your glossy sides, so they will actually face opposite directions. So that when you twist it around, there we go. So this is what we're looking at. We got big and little both looped on there. And I'll show you what I mean. So that I can just twist back. And that stops your jump ring from getting all stretched out and not being able to close it correctly. All right, so now when I open these up, I have shiny side and shiny side. Okay, so just remember that if you're looping them that way, you'll put either glossy against glossy or matte against matte. Now all I have to do is take my little ear wire. I'm going to thread it through the top opening of my small round acrylic. And technically you're done, so you could stop here and be done, but I like for these to be secure. So I'm just going to close that loop on my J wire. There we go. So then I have both pieces there. So then here is my set. And I'll show you how these guys look hanging, but super, super cute, okay? Love that. And then last but not least, this is how easy these are. I love these teardrop earrings for this reason. So locate your glossy and matte side. Literally take your J-wire earring and thread it through. All right, bring it around. And once again, like that's all you have to do. I love these style because you don't have to mess with the jump rings. Now you can squeeze these closed or not. Sometimes if you squeeze them too tight, then they won't dangle very well. But just super, super easy. Like I cannot tell you how easy these are. And because I'm using this Jewelry Grade Acrylic, they're really thin, whereas normal acrylic is too thick to really pull off the sort of dangle that we're seeing here. And the pattern, I mean, hello pattern, yay. All right, so there we go. So literally, you guys have seen me in the matter of less than 5 minutes assemble these earrings. Now these right here, these take a little bit longer because you do have to open a few of the jump rings up. But there is my, oh, I'm trying to show them off for you. I'm gonna show them off for you guys. There's my Jewelry Grade Acrylic earrings. Ta-da! So guys, how did you feel about our Jewelry Grade Acrylic and earrings? I really, really love it. I don't think you can go wrong either way. Now, you know, what I really love is the fact that it's patterned and that it's nice and thin, and of course it has a glossy finish, so definitely a win in my book. And it just really cut like butter with my Glowforge, so, you know, just love it. It will by far be one of my favorites going forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I really appreciate you guys stopping by today. Hopefully you enjoyed the project. Of course, if you have any questions or comments or video requests, make sure you put those below for me because I do love to hear from you guys. And as always, make sure you give us a quick subscribe on the channel, help us grow so that we can keep bringing you more awesome tutorials. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up, but we'll see you again next time.